Hello Earth, I'm Attila. Today I will talk about the why we sleep. This was a book about sleeping and why it's important to have enough, at least 8 hours of sleep a day. So first it talks about our biological clock and what makes us want to sleep at times and what makes us be alert at other times. We have a natural clock inside. We want to sleep at certain times when we have this rhythm when it's dark and we don't have a lot of light, like our system starts to develop chemicals that will make us want to go to sleep. And this daily rhythm is like a 24-hour rhythm, and it's different for every people. There are two main categories: the night owls and the morning larks. So the morning and the evening times. Some people are more active during the night and some people are active during the morning. And this rhythm is often ignored in the school or in the workplace because, for example, in school, everybody must be there for 8 o'clock. And our bodies want to wake up with the dawn. So if it sees that the sun is going up, then it wants to wake up as well. And this jet lag puts pressure on our bodies because we don't sleep during the time when we usually want to sleep with our rhythm. So our bodies don't like that. And the second factor is the sleep pressure. When we are awake, adenosine is building up in our brain. And the more adenosine you have in your brain, the more you want to sleep. And you can mute this desire to sleep with caffeine. It is still building up and you will still have more adenosine in your brain. You just don't feel it because you muted the effect of it. But once the effect of the caffeine is over, you will feel it again. And during sleep, the brain has the chance to degrade and remove the day's adenosine that is built up in the brain. And it can remove it in 8 hours. And if you pull an all-nighter, so if you are awake for during the full night, you will be most tired during around 6 a.m. because after that your daily rhythm kicks in and you will want to be awake and you will be more alert. But during the night your body didn't have the chance to remove the adenosine, so you will be tired during the whole day. And you can detect it if you have whether you have enough sleep with two questions. After waking up in the morning, could you fall back asleep at 10 or 11 a.m.? If the answer is yes, you are likely don't have enough sleep. And can you function optimally without caffeine before noon? If the answer is no, then you most likely don't have enough sleep. And when you are asleep, you are not aware of the outside world and you experience time distortion. You are not aware of the passing of the time, but your natural clock it is. We have all experienced when you set an alarm to the morning and you wake up just 2 minutes before the alarm. And I think it's quite magical that our biological clock can keep track of the time this well. And in your dreams, you are aware of the time, but it's not accurate. There are two kinds of sleep, the REM and the non-REM sleep. You go up and down between these two stages, and you mostly dream during the REM stage. And it's interesting to note that your muscles don't work during this stage, so you don't act out your dreams. So it would be quite crazy if we would run and do all crazy stuff during our dreams. And an afternoon nap nap is very healthy. We all feel it when after lunch our body wants to have a nap, and that's why you are sleepy, but our society doesn't allow it. Um, Usain Bolt famously had a nap before the Olympics and before breaking the world record. And in Greece, where people still do siesta, so siesta is the afternoon nap, men are nearly 4 times as likely to reach the age of 90 as American males. So it's quite crazy. If I will be in my own control of my schedule, I will probably have an afternoon nap. The REM sleep makes us better with recognizing social emotional signs. So we are better than other animals. And the book said that one of the reasons that we were able to dominate all other animals because of our ability to recognize social signals and emotional signs. And maybe that's because other animals don't have this REM sleep very much, or we certainly don't know about it. We don't know a lot of things about our dreams either. So why would we know about other animals? But the thing is that they don't have this REM sleep, or they don't dream perhaps as much. And this REM stage is crucial for babies. And that's why pregnant women shouldn't drink alcohol, because the alcohol disturbs this REM sleep. And every single 1 hour of REM sleep is extremely important for babies. And the young children need many short snippets of sleep throughout the day and night, and they are often very vocal about this. And in childhood, we need more sleep in non-REM than in REM, while babies often sleep in REM more. The adolescents need a lot of sleep, but they don't need caffeine, so caffeine is bad. And adolescents tend to stay up until late and into the night and wake up late during the morning. Older people still need sleep, even though they think that they don't need it because they wake up naturally. But that's because their bodies cannot physiologically generate the sleep that they still need. And sleeping is very important for multiple reasons. Sleeping helps you to memorize things. It's important if you know that you will learn a lot during the day. You should have a long sleep before learning, so your mind can clear space out so you can learn new things. And sleeping after you learn is also helpful, because then your mind can solidify and store that the things learned well. And all things learned before sleep are generally enhanced the next day. So you can make a review of things that you learned today before you go to sleep, and next time you will remember better. And sleeping is like a superpower. It also helps you forget unnecessary information. And if you learn a skill like playing a guitar, if you learn a new skill, your brain will continue to improve skill memories in the absence of any further practice during sleep. So sleep is magical. And then it talked about how bad sleep deprivation is. And with just a little bit of sleep deprivation, you will have a hard time concentrating, and you will also have a slower reaction time. And you don't know how sleep deprived you are when you are sleep deprived. And power naps can help you to maintain your concentration. And you will be emotionally irrational following sleep loss. And if you don't sleep well, you will have a 40% deficit in the ability to cram new facts into the brain. So that's not good for college students who will stay up during all night just to learn before the exam. And then it said that like getting less sleep increases the likelihood of every illness and disease in the world. So heart attack, it increases the likelihood of heart attack, diabetes, weight gain. If you sleep less, you eat more, it increases the risk of cancer development, the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. As a male, you are 29% more likely to have a lower sperm count. You will also have a weaker immune system. Sleep deprivation damages your DNA, and the shorter you sleep, the shorter your lifespan is. So, with that said, it's quite scary to think about it. So I researched this topic a little bit more, and there are quite a few articles on the internet that this book is not true in this respect. So I will link it in the description. You should follow your own heart, act on your own, or decide it on your own. I think that sleeping a lot is very important, but maybe you won't die the next day if you don't sleep enough. And so yeah, maybe this author a little bit emphasized or exaggerated the results of some studies. So we dream during all stages of sleep, but the true dreaming occurs during the REM stage. And our emotions that we experience during the day follow us into our dreams. And dreaming is very helpful, and it's very important because dreaming helps to nurse our emotional and mental health. So it helps resolving past pains and bad experiences. The dreaming also help us decode the emotions we experience during the day. As I said before, it helps us to interpret and decode the emotions that we see throughout the day. And dreams also helps us being creative and solving problems. And then it said that like, how can you have better sleep? And artificial evening light will trick your brain into believing the sun has not set yet. But special kinds of lights are especially bad. So blue light from LEDs and our electronic devices is bad. So you should install a software on your electronic devices that will desaturate the light of your devices. And alcohol also disrupts your sleep, so you shouldn't drink a glass of wine for dinner, for example. Turning down the temperature helps you to sleep, and the ideal temperature is around 65 degrees Fahrenheit or 18 Celsius. And you shouldn't drink caffeine before sleeping. And an alarm clock is also bad, it said, because it's like a cardiovascular assault on your cardiovascular system. Of course, it's like a necessary evil, but you shouldn't like snooze it, because that will be multiple cardiovascular assaults. So that's not good. And if you want to improve your sleep, you should go to bed and wake up at the same time of day, no matter what. So throughout the whole week, you should wake up and go to bed at the same time. And you should also avoid going to bed too full or too hungry. But if you want to learn more about it, I will link a link in the description of a PDF, and it's in the 20 seconds page of the PDF. You should read it if you have sleep problems. And then it said that like you shouldn't take sleeping pills because they only result a little bit less time to fall asleep. So they only have a little effect, and they don't help producing natural sleep either. So it's like a little bit of artificial sleep. It's not good, and it doesn't have the same effects as natural sleep. And companies should allow employees to time their daily work hours to match their individual rhythms. So if you are a night owl or a morning type, you will have different kind of schedules and you will have different kinds of work preferences, and companies should allow you to do that. And schools should start later because adolescents like staying up late and waking up late. That's their natural cycle. And it's also extremely difficult to concentrate during the morning when you just woke up at 6 a.m. and then you have to go to school. So that's it. This was a very interesting book. Sleep is very important. And I also have difficulties with it because I view it as a waste of time. But it's like a more of a long-term investment. If I learn throughout the day, I will be better at memorizing that thing that I learned. So thank you for coming in. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow my podcast if you would like to. I create videos every day from a book that I read every day, from the things that I learned from that book, and I share my thoughts about it. So I also have a Twitter account. You can interact me with there, or I welcome any feedback in the comment section. So bye bye.